I sat down to have a shower. So I left the shower running, and then I sat down to like take the boxing boots off and stuff. And then when I sat down, I had tears in my eyes.
Did you?
Yeah.
It's probably because you were retiring.
Well,
Might have
I
been
was,
the water just hitting your head and running down.
I was sat. Oh yeah, because my whole body was crying.
Why are my elbows crying?
Sippers get ready. People get ready. Sippers get ready for tea with me.
Sippers, welcome to this episode of the Tea With Me podcast with me, Shane Todd. Before we get into this episode, let me tell you about none other than our Patreon. One of the best Patreons in the game. You're going, I hear you talking about this Patreon thing. What the hell is that? I say, number one, what's your language? Number two, you pay as little as £3 a month and you get extra tea with me. And when I say extra tea, if the main podcast is a standard cup, this is a Big Sports Direct one. All right, you get a bonus episode on a Monday that only you get. It's a little bit behind the scenes of Tea With Me, different to the main episode. You get a live stream episode every Friday. You can interact, ask questions. Plus, you go, oh well, I work Mondays and Fridays. I treat leather. Whatever it is you do, you can go back and watch it. You can go back 4 years, 3 years. Nearly 4 years.
To early 2020.
There is a vault. There's a warehouse of content you can go back and fill your boots, your dad's boots, fill everybody's boots with. All the specials are on there. The New York podcast is coming out. Patreon exclusive.
Yeah.
SSE podcast. The first ever live one we did live at the Limelight. It's all there.
The second Limelight one, which can never be publicly
The
released.
second one, which will never be public. Patreon.com/TV podcast. Have a look. You can follow it, see what it's like, and then you can subscribe, you can join, whatever. Just go there if you enjoy the podcast. We are sponsored by none other than NordVPN. You're a guy that likes sport, but you go, oh, listen, I really enjoy volleyball from Paraguay, but hey, local TV channels don't show a lot of that. Maybe it's not available in your region. Maybe you want to change your virtual location to for talk's sake, Paraguay, which would be showing the Paraguayan volleyball. Maybe you also, are you someone that likes to protect your bank details, private data? Maybe you're not. Maybe you're not. Maybe you like to give it out. But if you like to protect that kind of thing, passwords, your online identity, NordVPN can switch your virtual location, allowing you to save money by purchasing flights, hotels, or subscriptions for other countries at a cheaper price. That is witchcraft. That is different level. Because they're ripping you off, these companies. They're going, oh, you're in this part of the world, you've got a few quid. Change your location to the actual place. Maybe if you're in the area, it knows that. It gives you two for cheaper. Don't fall into a tourist trap. That's what Nord's doing. You're about to walk into a tourist trap and have your leg caught in it. NordVPN saying, hey, watch out, come round this way. Yeah. NordVPN has threat protection, which protects you from viruses, malicious malware, and phishing sites. And I don't mean the good kind, like you're catching a trout. I mean like the PH kind. It's the fastest VPN in the world. Read up more about it. It's premium cybersecurity for a cup of coffee every month. The equivalent price. One NordVPN account can be using up to 10 devices. They should make it like 2, but they're making it 10 because they're like that. To get involved and get the best discount off your NordVPN plan, go to nordvpn.com/teawithme. Our link will also give you 4 extra months on the 2-year plan. That there's no need for that. There's no risk on Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. It's a money-back guarantee if you're not happy after 30 days. The link is in the podcast episode. Cheers to NordVPN. We are also sponsored by none other than Manscaped. Dan, is that right?
Correct.
That's right. The number one in men's below-the-belt grooming. Now, what can I say about Manscaped? You'd think by this stage, after over 3 years at least of sponsorship, you go, you've got nothing to say about Manscaped. You've ran out of things to say. These, let me tell you right now, you see these guys, see when you think you've run out of something to talk about, they bring out a wacky new thing.
Here's the thing about your pubes never stop growing.
That's the thing.
So Manscaped never stop growing.
Look, when you're older, the only things that grow in your body are 3 things. Your ears, your nose, and your pubes. Yeah? Do you want to, there could be a certain point where you go, just not worried about that. What if And I'm just saying, what if you were attacked by an animal that ripped your clothing off in public? What if a cheetah got you walking through Royal Avenue in Belfast, stripped you naked? Do you want to be walking through the city centre? I mean, nowadays in Belfast, that's not going to stand out as anything mad, but you want to look your best when you don't know you're not going to be naked, is what I'm saying. They're the #1 in men's below the belt grooming. They've got every sort of product you can think of and millions that you couldn't think of, but they did. I'm about to go on holiday. It's a summer. It's getting hot out there. You want to feel good all over. Listen, if you're like me, I'm about to get a haircut tomorrow where I get the haircut a little bit shorter because it's summer. Do that with your hair everywhere. You don't want a warm bush. You want a cool area. Cool cock, if that's acceptable. The way you said cock was really unnerving. Go to manscaped.com for all the best grooming products you can think of. Use the code TWITHME for 20% off and free shipping. The link is in the description. Folks, I feel you, and I can't hold the door anymore. I've got to let everybody in. You're all queuing up. We're going to cut that velvet rope and let you into this episode. My guests are none other than Diona Doherty and William Thompson. Please, for the love of God, enjoy this episode of the Tea With Me podcast. Just to bring the start of these episodes, the razzmatazz of you guys, giving me the countdown. Here's what it used to be in the studio: 3, 2,
Never.
1. It was.
No,
right, all
it's the
right,
lights.
Paisley, right? It used to be 3, 2, 1, and then like this, right? And yes, my arm cracked. I thought it was broken there, but now it's just this. They'll go like this.
Yeah.
And out of my periphery, I'm trying to see like a.
Yeah.
Let's get something going again. But we have started, and what I want to do is bring people up to speed with what you missed there before we hit record, which is William going, is this a public or a Patreon episode? I said public, and Diona, you'll back me up here verbatim. He said, "Oh, I'm never off these bitches. You gotta love me."
Yeah, you'd have to love me, otherwise why would I be here all the time?
Which we're trying to work out, was that are those 90s rap lyrics, or is that William speaking? Gotta love me.
I think you meant to say you must love me.
It is
but
what
you were
I'm.
like, you gotta love me.
It is what I
which
meant
is
to
the
say.
most narcissistic thing.
You gotta love me, baby. I've been on loads, but thank you for having me.
We do love you. What's funny is we just did the boxing, which I think this is the last opportunity to talk about it.
It is I.
Fucking good.
But you, as ring girl, took like the worst beating of the night.
Yeah.
I'm so much pain.
We talked about it earlier, right? As ring girl, you're obviously like up and down, but you're holding up and you're doing way more than that. Obviously,
Yeah.
you're literally getting the crowd going. But the like stunts that you were doing, what was the need for that on reflection?
They're funny. People
I
find them
agree.
funny.
There's a photograph of him full airborne.
Yes, but that was before the night. Sorry,
Oh.
in the ring
Yeah.
when there was no audience in
Oh,
yet.
okay. Practicing.
Willy was just falling.
I was taking bumps. I'm like, I want to see what give the ring had.
Yeah.
Do you know that there? Do you know when you got We Will Rock You going?
Yes.
And I have never, when you were started doing it at the start, I thought it was like a bull about to take off because
Yeah.
he was like, and I was like, what's happening? And
See
then I
if
realised
you
he was
ever go into like a bullpen, you turn around and the bulls are going. You have to run.
But it was like, and you
So it
were,
means they're about to do a flash
but
mob.
you were so sick. It was like, I was like, I didn't know if you were enjoying it because you were just like,
Yeah. What I would do to get the crowd going is I focus on one person and stare at them.
intense.
But it makes them really uncomfortable to the point they join in.
Right.
If you start being like, come on everybody, let's go, everyone's like, I'm not doing that. But if you focus on like one guy,
Yeah.
they're like,
You know when you see my favourite moment of the night, nearly, you want to see a toddler, you see an accident happen, and you resign yourself to going, I could shout and go, watch out, but there's nothing you can do
They're only
when you're
learning.
powerless. Jazz and Claire, it was in between rounds, were standing in the ring, and Willy was going to do like a run and slide into the ring. But as he starts running and put his head down, Jazz moved to where he was going to run into, and I could see wee Willy go to just take her legs out, and I was like, she's going to go over him and land on her head and this kind of thing. And you went there, and you didn't even see this probably, and you slid in and stopped like an inch before.
I did.
I was like, you're going to kill
I
her.
had to kill, like, because I was going to slide fully across and then saw that, so I had to stop it. And I was like, oh, that run up looks shit now. I was annoyed about that.
I also asked him, was he drunk like last year? You said you had 2 dragon soups before the interval.
right?
Yeah,
3?
3. I was.
What is dragon soup? Is it a beer?
It's
No.
it's a mixture of like an alcohol pop
Oh,
and vodka
but it's in a can.
and poison.
Right.
Yeah, young people drink it, do they?
It's genuine, and don't be
You
on the.
drinking it?
I am young Diona. Shut up. I'm the baby of comedy still. Here's the thing, like, don't be in the. It's high
I'm
percentage
the baby
of
of
alcohol.
comedy. You gotta love me.
You gotta love
Baby Bull. That's your rap name. The Baby Bull.
The Dragon said it's something like, and I could be wrong. Don't be in the comments being like, actually, it's 10.7.
Don't you be in the comments at me now.
Don't use. I might be wrong. I might be speaking out of turn. But it's like 9% alcohol or
Right,
something in
okay,
them.
it is high.
And there's a lot of caffeine.
I was just about to say there, what did you do during mine? But you didn't. Why didn't have rounds?
No, and I think that was
You
Meg.
knew that, Diona. I love that.
Slight.
What do you do in between all the rounds of my fight? Oh yeah, that's right. It was the first round knockout.
There was one round. I felt robbed.
I don't remember
How
you
did
during
you
my fight.
possibly feel robbed?
I felt robbed of a fight.
Oh, right, I thought you
Right,
meant
right.
robbed of a win.
No. That's not how I wanted to win. I didn't want to win like that.
Yeah.
I wanted to win.
You should have told me.
Tired.
I just stuck the head guard on.
I don't remember you during my fight at all. I
Me
had
during
no-
yours?
Yeah, but what I mean is I had no concept of you.
What was happening?
I put
Yeah.
a masterclass during that fight.
What'd you do during that?
I can't remember.
I think he did the dun dun chin.
That was
no,
during
no, he didn't. That was during Mickey and Paddy's. He did the dun dun chin.
Do you know what it was doing? I think I got my arse out at one stage. I also did the. I kept, like, whenever I held up the sign, they didn't cheer enough. I would go, "You guys are shit."
That's right.
And then I'd go around the other corners, and then I'd come back.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
it was like,
yeah.
oh, you'd leave it a wee bit as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it.
Master.
I do think it's the most entertaining part of the night.
Yeah.
Is him doing
Yeah, he
that
steals the show every
Yeah.
year.
It's the
Yeah, yeah,
dumbest
yeah.
thing. It's so stupid.
And people are so pumped for it.
I put my whole
Yeah.
goddamn pussy into it. Like, I'm sore now, man.
Yeah.
Sean was all to me during it. He was like, my man dog, I've been watching this, absolutely loving Willy too.
Yeah.
Do you know, just like,
Yeah.
they'll be like, that fella, is that has real hair?
God love it.
Do you know what I mean?
The wee juicy shorts. Now,
Yeah.
did you have them or you ordered them?
I bought mine and Megan's.
Right.
I
right.
supplied the outfits for all the ring girls.
Because Megan, like, definitely, who did Ring Girl also, definitely took one for the team by the announcement the Keezy gave was like, please get off your Ring Girl. Megan helping, and it gets a cheer. And it made it seem like Willy maybe wasn't doing it this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
And then Willy comes in,
I'm
the
a
OG
showman.
Ring Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're
And
just,
fair play to her because she took it to the chin, because it wasn't us going like, how can we do this? I basically went, here's what we're doing.
yeah.
Do you think other events could hire you to ring girl their things?
You're the lead in the film. You ever seen Showgirls?
I
Yeah.
haven't.
You
Eddie
seen
Murphy?
Showgirls?
Oh, no, I'm thinking Dream Girls.
That's what I'm
You seen
thinking of.
Showgirls,
Aye.
guys? See Showgirls?
Right.
See, as like a young guy,
Yeah.
there's nothing sexier in the film Showgirls.
Oh, right, okay.
It's about like strippers.
Sex.
And my head, for some reason, like,
sexier than
I wish
Football
I'd done
Factory?
this during the fight.
Yeah, like your
tuck my
chin's
chin
getting
in.
closer to your
Yeah, I
chest
should have
here.
done that the whole fight. Because by the way, the whole fight, my head's like this.
yeah.
Sean
you
says
were-
to me at one point he went, oh, I am supposed to have my arms up here. Because
Yeah.
his arms were down here the whole time. And he was
Yeah.
all, oh, shit, I.
Oh, see what?
Oh, you had your chin up like a wee regal lord there to evict peasants.
Lord, like a tall Lord
You are behind
Farquaad.
on payments
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the king requires.
The one and watch it like I watched a little bit of it back this morning for the first time, and the only like I was saying to you like everything goes out the window,
Yes.
but at no point did I move my head. At no point.
Yeah.
Like sparring and I look like I'm body popping.
Yeah.
At no point did I move my head. My head just basically stayed.
You have a
like it
look
was
at-
in a shop window.
You have a face. See, when you're very angry, there's something, because you're just a wee young looking man. I can never take you seriously when you're angry.
Yeah.
Because when you're angry, you look like an 11-year-old who's got shouted at his own birthday party.
Fuck off.
Like when you get punched, you're like,
Ah. Yeah. Yeah.
like that's the,
Sly.
Yeah.
you're like in the corner, just like, and I can never take you seriously when you're angry.
Yeah. My head was like an advert.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just like there was no stopping it. It was just like here.
Yeah.
It was just there. It was
Time.
available for Sean to purchase, and he purchased it.
And how did Sean feel about Shane winning?
Grant.
He was great at like.
It was fine. Beforehand, he was like, he really wanted to win, obviously.
did.
And he was like, I really, really want this. I really, really want this. And then afterwards, he goes, I thought I was going to be ripping, but because do you know why? Because he felt that sense of left everything out there,
Yeah,
depleted,
yeah.
so exhausted. Now, he's since watched the fight back and he's watched it going, what the fuck was I doing?
Same.
Aye.
I think all of it, like
Aye.
because I thought from doing it last year, because last year I was making so many like mistakes where I'm going, oh, why didn't I do this or that I learned how to do when
Yeah.
I was training, and this year I went, well, the good thing is
I'll not do that.
I'll stick to exactly what like my stance and everything, and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that Mike Tyson quote of like everyone has a plan till you get punched in the face.
Well, that's what Sean says. He says he went in and he had a plan, and 5 seconds in, when you punched him, he went, "Oh well, now I don't have that plan anymore," because what he was going to do completely went out the window.
Because I expected him to, Sean throws these big overhand punches, these big bombs, and I was like, well, if I just stay in my boxing tent and just keep boxing and discipline, I'll not do what he's doing. And then as soon as he did that, I went, I'm going to do that too.
Yeah.
So then it was just like...
I know what you mean. I was like, I'll
All
take
out.
it easy this year. I'll not hurt myself. 3 rounds in, I'm landing on my neck.
Yeah.
But I don't know how you can have a plan, because something like that is so like as and when. You need to think quick.
Yeah,
It needs to be
yeah.
like, you don't, unless you completely studied your opponent and they're so exactly the same in every single fight, which
Yeah.
none of us can do that because none of us
Yeah.
are fighting all the time and have footage
Yeah.
of it. I don't understand how, because I was going on and Sean was like, do you not have a plan? I was all,
Yeah.
punch?
Yeah.
That's it. I don't know.
I
I
think
feel we're wasting our time training, and McKegney showed that.
Aye.
Go
James
for a fucking
McKegney-
Chinese buffet with me beforehand.
the last 10 seconds of his fight, like James had nothing. And then his practice was he went to Download Festival.
Yeah.
His training camp, he went to Download.
He was hungover that day.
He no, he
Was
wasn't
he?
like the night before.
he wasn't, no.
Oh,
Well, he he was down and out, and then he just lifted his hands and just beat up Darren for 10 seconds and won the fight.
Yeah.
I would think it was
I
the
wouldn't
most
say the last 10
impressive thing.
seconds, though. We were on
Sorry,
commentary.
I'll say I only saw the last minute of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Do that for 3 rounds, because Darren was giving it to him, but McKegney was just throwing fucking bombs. Because we were on commentary for the fight. It was me, Dave, and Jamie Conlon. For 3 rounds, me and Dave were, because James is a gay man, we're making innuendos, if you will. Little silly jokes. We're being like, James is used to taking loads of fistings.
Takes it in the-
Pull
loves it in
Matthews
the
off.
ring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
James does that. Darren has a reach of 15 inches. James has a reach around of 25. Very simple stuff. On the 3rd round, Jamie Conlon goes, is James a homosexual?
That's right.
Just manifested Paisley.
It was a great night. It was a great
Brilliant.
night. The after thing was great.
Yeah.
But I nearly felt, for Sean the way I would have felt if it was the other way around, of like, I know we both want to win that so bad.
I know.
But it's like we had great.
Somebody
chat
has to win.
and that.
That's like after mine too. I felt like I didn't have a fight. Like I
Yeah.
didn't get a proper fight. So everyone.
I felt like that last year.
I felt like I got jumped.
Like I left whatever it is after, like we were going up to talk to Keezy and Sean was that, and Sean was all well done, and my expression was like oh really though I didn't feel that sense of achievement that everyone
Yeah.
else felt of like, oh, I busted my balls. Everyone came out sweating and I was like, that's what I busted my balls now, and I was like, okay, I didn't feel like that, so I felt like, fuck's sake, and I'm not going to do it again, so I'll not get that.
never
Do
do
you know what I mean? Whereas I've had to check on my Bruno a couple of times, be like, are you alright? Because she took so many punches to the face.
Brona texted the group the next morning and went, don't worry, I've woken up.
I woke up.
I hated that after drinks thing, because it was lovely, the after drinks, but I was so...
You were really
sad.
like...
I felt like, when you have a wee granny at the wedding and a bit of ABBA comes on and like 3 people lead her to the dance floor and just swing her arms.
Do you know what you
That's
wear
what I
in
was
full
like.
human form? Do you know when you stay in the bath too long and your fingers shrivel up?
Yeah.
That was your whole body was like how you'd been in the bath too long.
Yeah.
You go, like, I knew how you were feeling after it.
Yeah.
And then we got the Labries, and I'm like, my big thought at the after thing was, I want to find a table to sit at and pretend it was my plan to just sit at the table, get you to come over and just sit down,
Yeah.
right? Because everyone's working the room and walking around. I was like, I won't be able to say to you, mate, just sit down. You'll be like, no.
Yeah.
So if I look like I'm at a table anyway, right? I just wanted to get him sat down. And I knew how much he was struggling. And I looked away, and I'm sitting with like a load of people I know. And I look away for 1 second, and there's no one really on the dance floor. And I look back, and my sister-in-law was like, she was looking to dance.
Yeah.
And she was like trying to say to people we were with, like, come on, let's go dance here. It's her birthday, right? Let's go dance. And I look over, and I was like, oh, she's roped someone in the dance.
But I was so, like, do you ever get like, when you're not even dancing, you're just like doing that to like a rap song?
No,
I was like,
you
hey, it
were-
must be the money.
That was the biggest underdog moment of the
Yeah.
night. I was like, he's down and out, but he's up there doing the YMCA.
I
Not the
also-
YMCA, it was like a CTLV or something,
The YMCA did come on at one
It did
point,
come on, I
and,
loved it.
and I was like
Brilliant.
marching around the ring, just being like,
Do you know what I think was was a good thing I did this year? I just sat out and watched the whole thing.
yeah.
So I wasn't even thinking too much about it.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
just watching nearly everyone's
There were
fight.
so many mad combinations in Lavries after though, because like
Yeah.
my niece was taking shots with Ro Boyle's daughter, and my stepson was drinking pints with Ian Thompson, who he has
That's a
since
dream.
called the Hulk because he had his hair like this.
But that's a dream. You'd be like, I had a dream last night that my granny was
yeah,
out
yeah.
with McKegney.
It was like,
you know?
yeah.
I
so
saw
weird.
my bank statement the next day and I was like, what the fuck
Not
was I
good.
drinking? I easily spent about £200 on that after party.
Yeah.
And then it might have been McKegney texted me after. He's like, well, you did buy 10 rounds of shots multiple times.
Yeah.
Because apparently no one was asking me for them.
Right.
I was just coming up with trays being like, take a fucking shot. And when they're like, no, my friend, I'm like, take
What
a
way
shot.
did you
I'm
end
past
up?
the age where I can do a shot, and I now know, like, if someone comes to me and goes a shot, I go, I am too old.
But
Yeah.
Diona wasn't asking.
No, you were, and because at
really,
no point
like-
did I get offered a shot.
Yeah. That's what you, like, if you were, it was just who was ever in my vision. Was being like,
Yeah.
you're having a shot?
What way did you end up? Like, did you go anywhere after? Or?
No, just went home at like 2 or 3 in the morning. Fucked, like.
The Haggertys were in good form. Haggertys weren't off the dance floor.
No, my niece and stepson and his mate were. Do you know what's funny? Because my stepson's mate was with him, right?
Yep,
Who
I was
I'd
chatting
never
to them.
met before.
Lovely boys, can I say
Lovely
that?
boys, yeah. I'd never met him before, and your wife, I was talking to her, and then I went, my stepson's over, and she goes, oh, and she walked right over and was all, hiya, and I was like, not that dick, the other one. I don't know who that guy is.
Sean came up to me after we were in the bar after, and someone, his brother. I was talking to his brother,
yeah.
Stevie.
Stephen.
I
Yeah.
was talking to Stephen. I call him Stevie.
Yeah.
I was talking to Stevie, and we were chatting
Master
away,
nicknames.
and then he goes, "Oh, can my wife get a photo?" I was like, "Fuck yeah, of course."
No,
And
his,
then- His daughter.
His daughter,
Is that
aye.
right?
Yeah.
I've CTE. Then Sean came over and was like, we were chatting away, and he's like, "Fuck you, that's a tough one to take. My family, like, you know, her getting. Is that his niece then?
Aye, yeah,
He's like,
yeah,
my
yeah.
niece getting a photo. He's like, it's a tough one to take. I was like, do you know what's worse? Your son was here 2 minutes ago.
yeah.
Do you remember? I felt bad actually because after it, I was so cheeky to Sean. I didn't mean to be. Do you remember I came into your dressing room?
No.
So I'd had a wee moment where I was upset that my disability was visible, right?
Right.
And then I was really upset about it.
Right.
And God bless Shane, he like took me upstairs and was like, "You're a wee fucking cripple." And all.
I asked him if he considered like just not having it.
Yeah,
Right, okay, yeah.
He's like, "Why you look weird as fuck, mate?" But, yeah,
So boring now.
yeah, you look like a schizophrenic drew a circle. What's up with your fucking arms, you mental? But we had a wee moment now because
By the way, can you just for the
No,
three
Shane was
three
lovely.
negative comments? That's not true.
Shane was lovely, really nice because I was tearful and all because I hate when it's visible. And we'd had a wee moment and he's like, "No one's gonna say anything about it, don't worry." And then I went in to get a shower and immediately Sean went, "Oh, it's a good thing there's a seat in there so you don't have to stand up." And only because I was in a bad mood, I just turned around and went, "Congrats on winning tonight," and I just went straight into the shower. And I felt really bad. It's just because he got me in an off moment.
Yeah,
So we were,
God,
like,
let me-
standing-
And
I'll
I'm a
pass it
wee
on.
bitch.
We
when
were
I wanna
standing
be.
up the stairs a bit, which is with hindsight, Willy was like in bits and all, and he was really upset.
You're like,
and
"Let's go
My
upstairs."
solution was climb the stairs.
two flights of stairs. Yeah.
So we're upstairs having like a private moment, like a quiet moment, and that was Paddy. Obviously had his own. Paddy demanded his own changing room.
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So him and
In a
his
different
dad,
building?
him and his dad came out of the changing room, and I'm standing there with Willy. Willy's tearing up a bit. I'm close to tearing up, and Paddy was like, "What's wrong to Willy?" And Willy kind of turned away because he didn't want anyone to see him cry. And I went, "Oh, he's hurt his back. He's hurt his back." But when I did that, it felt like, remember when you were younger and you hurt someone?
Yeah.
Like a cousin or a friend, and
Yeah.
then a parent came over and was like, "What's all right?" And you're like, "No, he's laughing. We're having a laugh. We're having a laugh." I felt like I'd done it.
Like
dude.
you done it.
Do you know
aye.
what that moment felt like? Do you know when you're out with your mates and like someone like what some girl's boys being a dick to them and he's like, you know, flirt with other girls and all, and, and she's like, "I'm not even bothered." It's like and you're like, "You're gorgeous. Don't worry about him." That's what that felt like. At that
But you
moment.
kept saying like you were fine to me,
Yeah.
and it was like, you know, in Good Will Hunting, that like the real emotional scene of
Yeah.
like, it's not your fault.
Yeah.
It's not your fault.
Yeah.
I had to
Yeah.
break him down to be like, just tell me what's wrong.
Yeah.
Well,
I was literally like, I'm fine. I don't know what the problem is.
Yeah.
that is the only times I've ever seen it visible though, is when you fuck yourself around a ring for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, anytime I do, like this is like I said, it took like you touring with me or like Colin and Mickey if I've been like touring with them. In Edinburgh was when Colin saw it because we all lived
And
together.
you're walking so much and all.
So I came in the morning and he was like, "What the fuck's up with you?" And I went, "I'm disabled, you fucking idiot," and I just left the room.
God's sake.
And that's when Colin was like, "Oh, he does have it."
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm so like I hide it even when it is,
Like,
so I'm so self-conscious about it.
You
Stupidly enough.
You admitted you teared up.
Oh yeah. Oh,
While we're putting this out there,
Garnin.
I'm gonna throw myself out there. So much slag in here. Even though it was like, charity event, it's a comedian's thing. We're sort of just we're pretending.
Yeah.
After the fight, I was like feeling like pretty like calm, and like I was like not overly hyped, not like
Not like on a buzz.
not on a buzz, not on a downer. I just felt like God, I was out of breath and stuff. And then I was like, oh, I'm okay. And then I hadn't really like sank in or anything. And then I sat down to have a shower. So I left the shower running, and then I sat down to like take the boxing boots off and stuff. And then when I sat down, I had tears in my eyes.
Did you? Yeah. It's probably because you were retiring.
Well,
Might have been the water just hitting your head and running down.
I was sad. Oh yeah, because my whole body was crying.
Why are my elbows crying?
You know what? I did this thing where if anyone had seen it,
Aye.
I sat down, take my boots off, and then I was proud of myself, right? Yeah. Even if I hadn't won, I was just proud of myself because I've been training since like, I don't know, November.
Yeah.
And then it all caught up with me, and I was like, God, I put everything into that, and I was really proud of myself. And then I sort of like, I was like, whoa, I'm like crying a bit. And then also, and I said to you after, when you were crying, then I started crying because I was like, look, it's an emotional night. I said, because before I left the house,
we've all had a soup.
Yeah, I said to my boys, I said, listen, I've got a boxing match today, I'm going to win for you boys. And I was telling you that, and it made me a bit sad.
And your son looked up to you and went, where's Bonter?
And then when I sat there and I was taking my boots off and I was crying a bit, I realised how funny it was that I was crying at this, and then I burst out laughing. And at that point, someone from Shine knocked the door.
And you're laughing,
I locked
crying?
it, and I was laughing, and I was like, please don't come in. Because I'm laughing, crying, taking off my boots.
Do you know, like the next day you put up like this lovely post, and it was a really lengthy post thanking like Sean McComb for everything he's like put in for to train the team, and how a worthy opponent Sean was, and the money raised for charity, and everybody at 1L and Shine. This really long post, really lovely, 10 photographs, and then I put up a post and I just wrote absolute scenes, and that was it. And I was like,
you just wrote battered her.
Yeah, I thought, should I have been more invested?
I just put up a photo of me in the ring girl gear, and it was like, oh, someone has liked your profile on Tinder, and then you swipe right, and that's who it is.
I feel like, this is weird, but I feel like there's certain times a year I go, everyone's feeling the same kind of way, and I feel like everyone's emotional at the minute. Like
everyone's pregnant.
Do you think that's what it
All
is?
of us
I'm
are
loving
pregnant.
everyone being emotional because I'm an emotional wee guy. And I'm like,
can
welcome
I tell
to
you
my
something?
world.
Yeah.
It's very, very rare now. Not like I used to a lot, but that I would cry. Like very rare. And then on the way here, I cried in the car because of songs.
Which song?
So I was listening to a country playlist, right? It wasn't like Jolene or anything. 9 to 5.
Yeah. Why does everyone have to work for so long?
When I worked in the call centre. Luke Combs has brought... so just a song came on like the shuffle.
Yeah.
And Luke Combs has brought out an album. And it's called like Father and Sons or something. And by the way, I said to my sons when I was leaving the house that night, I was like, I'm going to win for you boys. And it was all epic. And then when I came home and the next morning when they woke up, I went, boys, Daddy did it. They'd forgotten that they had no idea that I was having a fight. They were like, okay, nice one, mate. Nice one, Shane. My dad.
Yeah.
But this morning, I was driving here and I listened to this Luke Combs song, and I can't even tell you the name of the man. Fuck, I have no idea what it's called. But basically, the bastard has brought out a whole album of songs about being a dad.
No, that's hard. Have you ever heard James Blunt Monster?
We did a listen along on an episode.
That.
Yeah. I was gone.
Yeah.
He's sitting with his dad being like, look at the fucking camera, we're doing a video.
Yeah.
This album that Luke Combs has done, a whole album about this, I feel like I wrote it and then someone erased my memory and I'm listening to it.
Have you ever heard Glimpse of Us by Joji?
No. I didn't even know who Joji is.
He's like an American.
Sounds like a Asian food.
Yeah,
he is an Asian guy, so you're on a million. Yeah, it's like Asian American.
You could eat him.
He used to be like a YouTuber called Filthy Frank, and he was like a comedy sketch maker.
Where do you go from Filthy Frank to Joji?
Oh, it was beautifully. Because he did all these like dark jokes.
You look
and
like
stuff.
a wee guy be called Filthy Frank. You look like a wee bookie in Brooklyn.
We filthy.
A wee
Frank.
off book.
Filthy Frank.
Betting guy.
Yeah.
Right. So tell us more about Goji.
Joji. So he used to be a YouTuber, and then he started making really serious sad boy music. They call it.
No, don't do that.
Sad boy music is, when you're on
love
your
sad boy
feelings.
music.
I love sad
Love
boy
sad boy
music.
music.
He has a song called "Glimpse of Us," and it is fucking
What's it
phenomenal.
about?
It's about how you've been in a relationship with someone else. Now you're in a relationship with a new person, but you're still thinking about that last person. Oh, it's fucking,
All songs are about love.
It's fucking great.
All of them. Every song is about love.
Even WAP.
No.
Of course it is.
Party rock anthem.
Yeah. Love
That is
you
about
love,
love.
You love dancing?
Yeah.
Scatman.
You love loving
He
scat?
loves scat.
No, but you can just say loves. You can't
Yeah.
just. But it's not about love.
But
It's about a man
it
who
is
loves
not.
scat.
Yeah, yeah.
Baha men who let the dogs out.
Yeah,
That's about love.
They love
because
their
that's-
dogs so much. Who let them out?
That's about men harassing women in clubs.
Yeah, it's
That's
about
not
men
love.
harassing women in clubs.
Yeah, they love harassing women.
Here, I will.
I'm gonna
confirm
find
that.
a song that's not about love.
Men do love harassing women.
Yeah.
Gangnam Style.
Here, you say that. Have you ever been around a drunk middle-aged woman? Awful.
You
We are
were
right
on,
now.
You were on Friday night.
You're younger than me. Doesn't work.
I remember both of these, and I look the oldest. But like,
Gangnam Style's not about love.
Oh, listen,
It
I
is.
said it loosely. There's always an exception to the rule, all right?
it is. It's about.
Glory, Glory, Man United, the official single from the '95
course
season.
that's about
That's
love.
about love, Man United.
Yeah, of
fairness.
course it is. Yeah, yeah. They're all about love or riding.
Yeah.
Do you mean Gangnam Style must be about riding?
I Diona Doherty songs about riding. I
Pardon?
want that album.
Yeah. Songs about riding. Do you know the song from Barbie?
Barbie. Girl.
The
Aqua, Barbie Girl. I walked out to it.
Billie Eilish song.
Oh
What was I made for?
no! Oh yeah.
No.
That gets me.
Does it?
Oh yes.
Is it about womanhood?
It's about even the lyrics are like so like because it's like what was I made for, which means because she's a Barbie, like why was she made? Is it like literally manufactured in a factory? But also what was I made to do in this
As a
world?
woman.
As a woman, it's powerful.
I like
It's
the
great.
Nicki Minaj Barbie one.
The Nicki,
Because I'm bad like a Barbie.
yeah. Do you know my
Your daughter
daughter
still wanna
sings? Let's go to the beach, each. Let's go get away. She goes, "Guess, let's go to the beach, each. Let's go get away." They say what they can say. Have a drink, clink, find the bright lights, bed, back me.
It's not good.
She censors herself.
She doesn't say the bitches.
I hadn't when that movie was first coming out, the Barbie movie. A friend of ours was putting together a pitch for a TV thing that I was going to be part of, and then our friend was like, "I just think you're." She goes, "I just think you're a bit like Ken." She goes, "You're a bit of a Ken, you know."
Plastic.
And then the movie came out, and she went, "I owe you a massive apology."
Yeah.
She was like, "I hope you haven't seen the film. I apologize."
Yeah.
Because like that's not a good movie for guys at all.
No,
But the song "I'm Just Ken" brilliant. That's the only thing I know about the film.
it's unbelievable. But also, Ryan Gosling has been consistently taking the piss out of himself ever since, as if he is Ken. It's been
Yeah.
fantastic.
I love that I'm Just Ken song. The Ken's
Yeah,
had a point.
That's what he just said.
The Ken's had a point.
Yeah.
But that's not good. But then that's also me looking at a movie about like, women and empowering women and how men are bastards, and I'm like, best singing it at Ryan Gosling
I know.
song.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm literally get the fucking women off. Get him. He's hilarious. Will Ferrell's in this. Finally, someone good. John Cena's in it for 3 seconds.
I
Class.
forgot Will Ferrell was in it.
Yeah, he's brilliant in it.
So does that Joji song
Oh, it's
that brings tears to Whitey's eyes?
yeah. The music video for it is phenomenal as well.
I cry really easily. I definitely cry every day. I get teary every day
Right.
at some point.
I cry and then I laugh at me crying.
I'd
Out
love
loud.
to see your car journeys of you crying and then laughing.
See, on the way here, it was a lot of this. Because I
Yeah.
kept going back to the song.
Yeah.
I was like, I know this is upsetting me.
Yeah.
And I don't want to feel upset.
Oh,
but I
I-
wasn't upset in like, I wasn't sad. It was just making me think of my kid. I was happy thinking of it.
But it's like a
I
wee
was like,
cleanse.
oh, yeah, yes.
I think
yes.
this is what would fix Sean.
He needs an
He needs a
emotional
good cry.
He
cleanse.
needs a cry.
Sean hasn't cried ever. Like he got teary at the birth of his children, I think. But that's it.
Yeah.
Was he or was he just in the shower?
yeah. He was in the pool with me. Yeah.
That is me to think I'm crying and then find out I'm in the shower.
Turns out you just get washed every day.
Yeah.
Here, you're just Ken.
I'm just kidding.
Have you ever heard a song so sad you get goosebumps from like how emotional it's making you?
You're just cold. You're outside. Go home.
No, I'm in my bed wrapped up. I remember the first time hearing "How to Save a Life" by The Fray. Yes. Because it was in Scrubs.
Was it in Scrubs? Oh yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's Dr. Cox. Oh,
That's got
going
Dan
off.
as well.
That
I
is
hit
a
Dan
good
on the
tune.
fields right
Yeah,
there.
I'm
First time I've
going-
seen emotion from Dan in 4 years.
I'm going off on a rant here. It's the whole episode is Dr. Cox needs to get these organs.
Cox.
Yes.
Orphans.
Yeah, right. Needs
Cock
to get these
organ.
organs for these not orphans. Orphans aren't in it.
Organs for orphans. My new charity.
these patients who need the organs because they're dying, and the whole episode's him losing his mind trying to get them. He finally gets them.
How many orphans need organs?
There were orphans. I'm
Oh, sorry.
Oh, by the way, all orphans need organs. You don't lose your parent. You don't lose your parents and function of your kidneys. You do need them.
Right, okay.
So he needs to get these
All
organs.
organs need organs.
Orphans need
Fucking hell, we've all got CTE today. Not you, you're fine, but we all do. So they all need these organs. He ends up fast tracking it, not doing the usual tests. Gives them to the patients. Turns out the guy who donated them had rabies. All the patients die. In the end, he's trying to save them, and How to Save a Life is playing. It
Hold
is
on.
a phenomenal scene.
That is
Scrubs,
the
the lighthearted comedy series.
Scrubs has some of the
You're telling me in Scrubs, right? JD
Yeah.
and Turk, right?
Yeah.
I didn't say every episode.
Yeah.
You're telling me there's an episode in it where a doctor fast tracks a load of organs to give to kids,
yeah.
and
No, they're not
Not-
then
kids.
they all die.
Not kids.
We
Not
were
kids.
joking about the
They're-
orphans.
how
yeah,
many
yeah.
people?
3 or 4,
And they all die?
They all die. And at the end, he like has a breakdown.
Does
He's
he
like,
lose his license?
No, because it wasn't his fault. Like,
Of course, it was his
He
fault.
didn't
He
do all the
fast-tracked
tests.
it.
but they were dying. Like they would have died had they not got them.
You down with rabies?
But they would have died anyway.
Different cause of death, Willy.
So he didn't. No, we would have died anyway. So he was going out of his way. It wasn't his fault.
Do you know what that there is there, right? Unrealistic. That would never happen.
Yeah. Oh, I've yet to see someone die in a hospital and the music starts playing over.
To be
him.
fair
Yeah,
though,
yeah.
Harold Shipman.
What?
I'm saying not all doctors are good
Guy
and
from
go
Neighbours?
through the. Not all doctors go through the protocol. Like.
Fuck,
refuse to believe
Doctor
that.
Death. Sorry,
That's
I'm
Harold-
thinking
no, it's Harold Bishop.
Yeah,
Dr. Death wasn't in Neighbours.
was Harold Shipman not called Doctor Death?
Yeah, but there was no one in Neighbours called Dr. Death.
Yeah.
You're thinking of Toadfish Rebecca. Or the guy from here whose whole character arc was he couldn't spell. Remember that?
Way.
You remember?
I'm really behind.
We
on
talked
the
about that
names.
in the pod before. There was a guy I think called Connor or something. There was a character in it from
There
here.
was? Oh my
And he was
God.
like dyslexic, but
Yeah.
that was his storyline.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just couldn't spell.
Yeah, Scrubs has some fucking moments, man.
That's
the one with
nuts.
Brendan Fraser.
Yes.
I feel like How to Save a Life
do you think we
is
are?
too on the nose.
Why?
Because it literally is what it is.
But that's why that song got big.
Yeah.
That
No,
song
it's
was
not.
unknown.
Yeah.
That song was unknown. And then I think Bill Lawrence was friends with the guy who wrote it, so he put it in. And that's how that song blew up because people were like, that's a fucking banger. that
Aye,
is."
but it's also got like a double meaning as well. Do you know what I mean? It's like how to actually physically save a life of your
Yeah.
doctor, but then it's also like if you had have maybe befriended someone and been kinder to that
Right.
person, could you have saved them?
The only thing that gives me real goosebumps would be like opera type. I'm not into opera, but when you hear like Nessun Dorma or something, you're like, whoa.
Here, that is on the list of things I could not give a fuck about.
Nice
Opera.
and dumb or opera.
No, but I wouldn't want to see a whole opera.
Yeah.
But I'd be interested in like a Pavarotti type guy.
You'd watch a
Anytime.
match of the day style highlights of the opera. That's what
but
you'd
give me
watch.
Bocelli, like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
anytime I get into the car after Sean's been driving and Classic FM's on, and
Don't
I'm
let
like,
Bocelli into your car.
Pardon?
Don't let Bocelli into your car.
No.
Shot.
He has it on
Why?
all the time.
He's blind.
Yeah, don't let him drive it,
Let
but
him
he can
drive
get
it.
into the
Yeah,
car.
I can take
No.
him places.
No, don't let him into your car.
Does Sean listen to Classic FM?
Yeah, all the time.
I don't mind listening
In
to
the
Classic
car?
FM.
Sean has Classic FM. He goes between like hard grime on Radio 2 or something,
Yeah,
and then he
Radio
goes
Extra.
then he goes back to Classic FM just to cleanse himself, like a wee palate cleanser.
Yeah.
After that,
That's great.
I know.
I love that.
But I still apparently you stop listening to new music after you're 26.
See, I try. I
You
deliberately.
can't get on
Some
it.
gets
I put
through the
myself into
net
it.
to me. For example, I know you love Post Malone.
Yeah.
He like I've started getting into country music a little bit. He's killing the game.
Yeah.
He was doing rap, and then all of a sudden he goes, and then a bit of pop sort
Bit
of
of poppy.
too, and then he goes, oh, I'm just going to do country now. And what he's doing is finding other country artists he likes and going, come on, you, we'll
Yeah.
do a wee song, and they're unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't like him
Yeah.
anymore. Not that I don't like him. He's a nice guy and all. I just don't like the country vibe.
I do.
I liked him when he was fucking feeling Whitney
White
and all that.
Iverson.
Screaming
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Um,
when he was feeling Whitney.
Yeah, it's a song he has.
oh yeah, I didn't know either.
I didn't
was
know.
like, Sly, she's
She's so dead.
towards the end, she wouldn't on the gear and all.
Yeah.
Didn't feel much. That's why she did the gear. Poor Whitney.
That's sad. Can I like see when everyone was like Bobby Brown's like he's got her hooked on the gear and all. No one knows the real story, but when he was getting a load of shit, he brought out a song with Ja Rule called Thug Lovin',
Yeah.
which went really under the radar as like it was. I loved it, but I was bumping it at the time, but it was the worst time.
What do you mean bumping it?
I was bumping it. Willy, what am I talking
Does that mean
about?
enjoying it?
I was
He's
bumping
bumping
it.
that shit.
Ghetto Blaster.
Gotta bump that shit.
I'm bumping
You were
it in.
bumping it?
I was bumping it in the hood, like I was playing it for everybody,
Yeah.
and I loved
Tell
that
me you're in
song.
your mid-30s, right? Tell me.
No,
you're
this was years ago.
bumping it. Oh no, but you're saying it now. I don't think at the time you'd have been.
Well, I
all,
don't bump it
I'm bumping
anymore.
This song.
I'm not
gotta bump
bumping
that
anything
shit.
anymore, but I used to bump it.
You never stop bumping.
Bop it, bump it, pop it.
I would have got people into songs back in the day. I remember playing Uncle Cracker Follow Me for a load of boys.
Right.
And it was a moment
Yeah.
where they were all, at the start of it, they're like, what the hell's this? And then at the end of it, people were like, that's
Yeah.
great
You bringing
song.
people down like dark alleyways with
Yes.
Ghetto Blaster, but
Or maybe
listen
Ghetto
this.
Blaster.
Discreet and sync.
Were you getting a phone call there?
Yeah.
It's alright. Answer.
I don't care.
Who is it?
I don't know, but don't really give a shit.
Bitches, probably.
Yeah. They
The
love
bitches love him.
I got bitches. all
Bitches.
on my dick and every
What are we
day.
going to do next on as a comedians event? I think
How about
I
some
think-
stand up?
I think just do some stand
How's that? I'll try some of that.
I think I was still gigging as much as I was, but I was speaking to people after who were like, it'd be good to get back into stand up again. I was like, what are you talking about? They're like, oh, I haven't gigged since we started training for this.
Yeah,
I was like, that's wild.
Who
Yeah.
the fuck? That's
I'm
mental.
not going to say, but
Yeah,
I'll tell you after. But
that's mental.
and I get it, because like
Yeah.
if people are working day jobs,
Yeah, fair enough.
you had to do one or the other.
Started writing my new show, and do you know when you start writing something new and you start to get excited about it?
Yes.
And that is the first time I felt like that in fucking ages. Like, started
Yeah.
writing my new stand-up show for next year, and
Yeah.
started for last night was the first night I went out and done some new stuff in ages, and I was like, this is the
Where
fun
were
bit.
you gigging last night?
Marfell,
How good's that gig?
class, always
McKegney's
class.
show?
Yeah, it's
Aye.
lovely.
Uh,
Cagney and is it Fenton runs it?
Fenton
Yeah.
MC
Right.
last night too.
how did your tour? This is the first time you've done a UK tour.
Yeah,
How'd that go?
brilliant, really, really good.
Where did
Like,
you love that you out of nowhere you were like,
well,
that was great?
I still haven't done the Liverpool and London dates, but I did the Scottish dates, and they were all great. And I was, do you know when you're always going, is there stuff that won't transfer? But it all does,
Yep.
especially to Scotland.
Yep.
And I was worried that there'd be loads of people from here in the audience, but in my Glasgow show there was 0 people from home. It was all Scottish, American, English, and everything transferred. So I was
Class.
it went great.
Class.
And then did Monkey Barrel in Edinburgh, which is such a fucking
It's
venue.
lovely.
Good. So
It's
good.
lovely.
It was class, but I stupidly did. Well, it didn't make a hindrance, like. But the fucking second my show started in Edinburgh was the second that Scotland played in the Euros.
The Euros.
like literally the exact same time, 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Thankfully, nobody who comes to see my show gives a shit about football.
Yeah. I've had that as well with like final, like FA Cup final, Champions League final, and
Yeah.
you're doing a show the same night, or the
Yeah.
rugby or something.
Yeah.
But like it can't be avoided.
But
There'll always
the
be
Euros in
something on the
Scotland
night.
is such a big thing too because they never get in
Yeah.
to anything.
Do you know what's funny? We're going like on holiday. Well, we'll already probably be back by the time this goes out. But I bought me and my son Scotland kits. I got a retro Scotland top from like '96, and then I got my son's the current full Scotland kit to watch matches of the Euros when we're on holiday.
Okay.
Scotland went out like
I was gonna say
6 years ago.
aye.
Yeah, they went out like
I think Scotland were the first team out.
yeah, I think so. I think so too.
Yeah.
But it no, I
Yeah.
can't bring the kits.
Oh, well.
What about Georgia beating Portugal 2-0?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Georgia?
Yep. Wild.
I don't even know what that is. Is that a place?
Yeah, it's in Europe.
Oh, right, okay.
Eastern Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of those like
Satellite states of the Russia, isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah.
they
I said that and I was like, I'm not sure. Oh, the comments are gonna be after me today. Yeah, it's a
There's a
satellite
lot
state
of
Russia.
places there that feel like the same place. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of those places.
Go on, Mr. Racist.
Oh, so racist. Can't wait for this.
Somewhere where they all kind of look the
Xenophobia?
same.
Yeah.
All food's muck.
All sound the same.
They're all thieves.
Writing's back to front.
They're like, it's like having, instead of there being loads of Starbucks, it feels like they're calling them all different names, but you know that it's all fitted out like Starbucks.
Yeah.
Right?
You're like, this is just Starbucks with a different name.
I gotta let you keep talking. What
Do you know
mean?
I've been to one place that the Big Mac tastes different?
Where was that?
Burger
Czech
King?
Republic.
I'm sorry, you were telling a genuine story and I was a dick. I'm sorry.
That's it. Do we expect it to be consistent everywhere? It tastes the exact same. In the Czech Republic, it tastes completely different, and that's what made me donate the rest of my embryos as a Mackenbacker. But no, honestly, I was like, because you're meant to eat at McDonald's after you put an embryo in. That's a thing.
I always do.
That's the stupidest thing. But like, it's a thing, and you obviously aren't gonna. You're gonna fuck.
Hold on.
Obviously.
Who's advising you on
No,
that?
McDonald's.
Yeah.
Ronald was like, "You want to get pregnant? Obviously, eat a Big Mac. If you don't, you won't get pregnant." Their Big Macs.
Is there
are
something
stinking.
in them that...
I don't know.
Do you still have stuff out there?
Do you mean like babies?
No, like
Any embryos in the car?
like eggs and all.
I had 8 embryos frozen. I just donated them to science.
Did you?
Yeah, donated them a couple months ago to science.
What do you think they'll be doing with them?
Oh, people just fucking they'll go to like, do you know all those mad bastards in like the inner circles that eat babies and fucking.
Oh, you think they'll be in a
America?
smoothie?
Yeah,
Straight to the
yeah. Ellen
kebab?
DeGeneres, they'll be eating it.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
omelette.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Goes
mad.
to science because without science, I wouldn't have my kids, obviously. So it's donated to. I don't know what the fuck they're doing with them. It probably is somewhere in my documents what they will be testing them for.
But they can't make it like.
No, they can't.
What if
Or
it was
can they? Who knows?
What if there was a rogue scientist? And what if in 18 years?
Oh, I know. Knock
on
at the
the
door.
door.
I know. But that's what you
I thought
they've
you were
made
saying
a-
touch wood. I was like, I don't think you need to.
They've made a half alien, half baby, and it's yours.
But I am happy to be part of that experiment.
Would you be?
I mean, I didn't want to. You can donate your embryos to people,
Right.
but I didn't want to do that because of that knock at the door. Like, imagine someone knocking on your door and the fucking How to Save a Life music playing behind them.
Yeah.
And they're like, why did you give me away? You know,
Yeah.
my parents both died when I was 1 and I raised myself in the streets with 3 foxes.
Yeah.
Sexy people. Do you know what I mean? They're like, they got raised by animals or something. Like,
I would
don't-
love that. Like if a kid comes to you on Foxback,
Yeah,
raps
yeah,
the
yeah.
door. I've done alright for myself.
Yeah, yeah. As you can see about that,
Save
rural
a life.
foxes.
I haven't turned out weird.
That's the thing. So I donated mine to science instead, which is
And how
great.
do they come and pick it up, or is it like
Science?
getting an envelope?
The science guys,
Oh, science out the door there.
Yeah, how do you get in
send-
touch with science?
they send Einstein.
Bunsen burner.
Yeah. I just don't know. I didn't take too much to do it,
Yeah.
William. I was from afar. I just basically sent an email and
Do
was
you leave
all.
them under your pillow in the science fairy?
Yeah.
Leaves you a wee pound.
I love it when you see videos of people's like, you know, backdoor cameras and there's just a fox like in the night just hanging about.
Yeah.
You've seen videos of people's back doors. I was like, all right.
I think it's all upskirting me. I love it when you just see a fox like hanging out in someone's garden and you're like, he doesn't even know people are seeing him and he thinks
Aye.
he's being, you know, covert. Mm-hmm. But
That's such a rare thing to be into.
Yeah,
I was
why
in
do you
Dun-
like seeing foxes getting mugged off?
no, I don't like them seeing mugged off. I like to see them think like they're being crafty.
Yeah.
You know,
There's nothing scarier
crafty
in-
fox, literally.
Night vision when eyes glare in the camera. Like,
Yeah.
do you know when something looks into the camera and the eyes glare, you're
Yeah,
immediately
yeah.
going, oh, they're taking my soul. I'm dead.
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen ones of that, but it's bears,
Yeah.
and you just see them go roar towards the people.
Yeah.
Great.
Do you ever see that video of like a girl and she's skiing down a mountain and there's a bear running down behind her?
That's what, imagine.
there's
telling
one where
people
they
that
don't
story.
know.
They're like, how was your skiing? You're like, you're not gonna fucking believe this.
I know.
Is this the one where she doesn't know or she
She doesn't know. She's like skiing and she's taking a video.
That is insane.
I know. There's a bear full, and she obviously survives, or maybe she uploaded it as her legs were being eaten.
Yeah.
But like she obviously survives because she's uploaded
Yeah.
the video. I don't know, but it's you can just see the mist of the snow behind her, and the bear, I mean, galloping down the mountain after.
There's also the one where there's a family on like a hike and they have a kid and there's a bear following them and they're like sort of almost laughing about it. They're like, did you shout bear? Keep shouting bear back to it. And the bear's getting a bit closer, but the guy's like, just keep walking, don't run. And the fact that they're videoing it. Now, I don't know whether they had a camera that was already rolling and it was set up a certain way,
Aye.
but it feels to me like
That's
they're like,
so the bear knows that you're live
Make
on
it this-
Facebook.
you bastard.
Yeah.
What do you have to say for yourself?
He's talking my family, the
Yeah.
fucking weirdo. Everyone get a look at this bastard's face. Look at him. I'm here with my child, dirty cunt. And the bear's all like, "Grrr, grrr. Gonna lose my job. Grrr."
That's what they're like in the zoo. Do you ever see them in the zoo? They're all for tits.
What, pedo hunters?
Yeah.
I haven't been to the zoo in so long.
I don't think you're supposed to go.
I know. I think I do.
I can't. I don't know. I toy with it, then I'm
Yeah.
all, maybe I'll just go because maybe these ones are a good zoo.
Yeah.
See now, as a grown up, and you go to the zoo, you're like, oh, that animal does look sad.
Yeah, and I think good zoos wouldn't be good.
No, they would be shit. But you're walking around like Belfast Zoo and
You
you're
know, they're
all,
like,
they'd be shit
it's a
animals.
humane zoo. You're like,
Yeah.
I know, but we want a wee bit of. If
Yeah,
we're going, we want
yeah.
a bit of something. But
Yeah.
I'm not going. But I'm saying if
Yeah.
I was,
Yeah, when everyone's like, oh, you know, in SeaWorld they have the whales and these
They're
tiny
dancing and
tanks.
all.
Yeah. Oh, you should put them in a big ocean. Yeah, but then I won't see it.
Then they won't be
And
dancing.
it was 40 quid in.
Yeah.
I do want to see the whale.
Yeah.
I remember God love the polar bear. I don't know if he's still there or they have one now. But the polar bear in Belfast Zoo
No.
when I was a kid.
Oh
Even
my
as a
God.
kid, you're like, his head is gone. Like,
Aye, and he's so skinny and all, and he's just fucking.
He
walking
didn't
around in
even know he
circles.
was like a polar bear, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't know he was a polar bear.
No, he had no like, like he would walk out. He literally, you know, when you walk out and you know you forgot something.
Aye.
That's always what he looked like.
Oh, aye.
He looked like
just
he walked out the front door and he's like,
Yeah.
and he didn't even have pockets, you know, but he'd be
Aye.
doing
Just
that.
sit in the rock like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But you go to the zoo and you're like, obviously you don't want to be like get out and entertain me. But when they're not out, you're all fuck on. What are you doing?
Yeah,
Why are you
yeah,
still
yeah.
sleeping?
What about when like you look into something, even if it's like a wee lizard type thing, and you go, oh, there's nothing in this one, and then it goes, what'd you say?
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
go, oh,
yeah,
I didn't know
yeah.
there was anything in there.
But
I love that
also
one.
they're shite.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like those wee lizards must be in the zoo going, nobody cares to come see me.
Also, sometimes when you're like, you see someone like, you know, cleaning out like the gorilla enclosure, there's part of you that's like, wouldn't it be fun?
Yeah.
And nobody gets hurt. Wouldn't it be fun? And nobody, like,
Yeah, yeah,
here's
yeah.
what I'm saying. If you knew the outcome was that nobody gets hurt,
Yeah.
wouldn't it be fun just to hear, what's that behind them?
Yeah.
And see like a little bit of drama, but the person
Gets
gets
him
out.
by the
I
t-shirt
raise
and
you that.
shakes him about.
There's a chance he gets hurt.
yeah.
Do you know what? I want to see him get hurt.
No, okay, but let's not say the zookeeper, right? Because that's not fair.
Yeah.
What if it's one of those like people who gets in with alliance or like, I want to convert him to the Lord?
Yeah.
You're there the day that happens.
Joe, who should be thrown in a land enclosure?
Oh, hold on, whoa,
No,
whoa,
who
whoa.
should be.
Whoa.
See when you go to a garage and someone's doing their full weekly shop.
Well,
That pisses
I'd say
me
that,
off.
right? Because sometimes needs must. But it's the person who wouldn't let you go ahead.
Yeah, yeah.
If they have to do their shop there, they have to do their shop there.
Because some people live on their own and they only need a weekly shop's like 25 quid. So they're going to do it in the garage. It's closer.
But what I'm saying is, if they see you,
trolley, why are you doing it? You have a garage.
no, but just
The
before
only
you
things you
go
buy
up,
in a garage is chocolate bars that you don't tell MyFitnessPal about.
Yeah.
That's what you get at a garage.
now you let people. If you're doing a bigger shop and there's people behind you, or you see someone, you say,
Yeah.
here, go ahead there.
Yeah.
That's always appreciated.
Yeah.
Do you know what I hate though? Is if you go to do your groceries after about 9 o'clock at night and you now work for Tesco's.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You have to do self-service. There's nobody, and you're now an employee for the
Right.
next half an hour. And you're like, but why am I working here?
Yes.
Why am I working here now? Also, they're gonna lose people their jobs.
I'd probably stream footage from like 24 Tesco's at like 3 a.m. Just who's there? I'd love to know. You know who's there, and then you're there.
Stone teenagers.
Yeah,
That was the only time I was ever there.
you're there late at night, and then you see like, you know, a family out doing their shopping, and you don't like the job. You're going, what's going on there?
You see
There's
the
What's
something
going on?
exciting about going to your groceries really late at night. Like,
I always think if I see a family out and there's kids, and you're like, anytime after like 10 p.m, I go, they're on the way back from holidays.
or they've stolen those kids.
No,
we've kidnapped some
would-
children, but
Let's take
also
them to
with no
Tesco.
butter.
Yeah,
So when
we're
they
trying to
top
make
up
it
at
look
Tesco-
normal. Yeah. They're buttering the kids up and bringing them to Tesco's and buying
Yeah.
sweets.
I love when you see the little night shift goblins.
Yeah.
Because there's a guy who used to do night shift. It takes years off your fucking life.
Yeah.
Like,
But also they're like not allowed out during the day. They're all like
yeah,
they're listening to podcasts. They're
fucking
not allowed
hells
to
have
talk to
eyes
people.
stocking up Lucasade.
Do you know when they have to like equally hire people? Like
Yeah.
they're like
Yes.
those guys can
No.
work it in the dead of night.
I feel like
Yeah.
the fruit and veg guys doss a lot. Like a few dossers running about the fruit and veg sections.
Aye, a few headers and that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. For some reason, I don't know why. Whenever there's meat involved, like a butcher, always mental.
Oh, you mean
In a
supermarket
yeah.
butchers?
They're always fucking.
See, if you're a
head cases.
supermarket butcher and they do your job interview, I feel like you gotta have a hoop earring
Yeah.
and tattoos on your head as a guy,
Yeah,
and then you're in.
And the only way you greet people is by going, well.
Yeah.
If you say hello, he can't work with him.
Yeah, and they don't even know like real parts of the meat they're selling.
Aye.
They're like, oh, do you want a bit of arse? Do you want a bit of this arse steak? And you're like, I think it's
lamb
rump.
wings. And
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
like,
Our steak is rump. Is that what it is?
Arse is rump.
Oh shit! But see, this is the thing. Like
Arse
whenever
Sorry,
steak
what-
is rump.
what
Have you been
mistake?
calling it arse steak?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. What are you now worried about? Do you know a rump is an arse?
well, now that I know I'm eating arse. Do you know what I mean? Just that word beforehand, I didn't know what. I didn't.
Was Sean
I
calling
assume
us
it's all
rump?
belly.
I knew it was coming,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
still
yeah.
found it really funny.
I assumed all of it was belly. Do you know what I mean? But the thing is, too, is whenever we eat like pork and red meat and all, we cover it
don't-
up and give them a funny name. We're all, sausages, bacon,
Yes.
steak, and then it goes to chicken, and it's like just chicken.
But if you called it the real name,
But
nobody
chicken-
would be eating it.
Turkey, the birds, we don't
If
mind.
you called sausage guts balloon,
yeah,
Nobody's
balloon?
eating it. A guts balloon? Nobody's eating it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
A pig guts balloon?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, well, you get parts of chicken thigh, chicken
But it's
breast.
still just they're literally going, here's the limb you're eating, and that's the animal. A chicken thigh.
Yes, yes.
You know what I mean? Where you don't go like, oh, here's you're eating a pig's elbow. Do you know what I mean? They don't say that. They
I
don't
love
say
the
you eat
way.
a pig's ear.
I love the way
do
lamb's
say that,
lamb's
actually.
acceptable. What lamb's?
They are. Yeah, they do tell you if it's a pig's ear.
Oh right.
Yeah.
I love
I
the
was
way
gonna say
lamb.
pig's elbow, and I'm like, you're not eating pig. Pigs don't have arms.
Lamb's acceptable,
Or
but
tattoos.
people draw the line at sheep. But people are like, "Oh, don't eat fucking."
They
don't
know
eat a
too
sheep."
much. That's why.
And they're like, "Don't eat the wee baby one then."
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know the
Tastier.
pig adverts? It's like, oh, where do you draw the line? And it'll be like a pig, a sheep, and then they'll draw lines like but you would need a dog or a cat. And I'm like, who the fuck are you to speak for me?
I know.
Yeah.
What's that?
Just
I need a person. No fucking bother.
Think
no
of the
bother.
protein.
Yeah, exactly.
In what circumstance?
If it's being served, it's on the menu.
You would eat a human.
Just to try it. Like, no, like if there's when you go to the Christmas market.
This will be in the Netflix
Yeah,
documentary.
There was a wee Christmas market and there was a wee stall.
So you're saying there's Dutch pancakes,
Yeah.
there's
Dutch
an
pancakes.
aromatherapy stall,
Yeah.
and then
Human ass.
human rump.
Human cheeks.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'd be there with my
You like
fucking...
Don't know, Willy's
slap
been-
that in a brioche.
I'd be there.
Willy's been eating humans for a few years.
yeah. I'd be there with a strawberry beer and my wee people burger. Just, I wouldn't make it in the house myself,
Yeah, you're not a weirdo.
but I'd try it.
Yeah.
I would try it.
To be fair, there's nothing I tried sushi for the first time the other day.
That's a gateway.
Stinging
People.
in it.
Yeah.
Sushi's
Fucking
good gear.
lovely.
Sushi's good gear.
I thought I had hated it, and I absolutely loved it, and I feel like I have unlocked a new level in
Good
my
gear.
life.
It's good gear.
turns me.
Definitely. No. I get that, but
I can't take
like
the cold.
Dude, this wasn't cold. It was warm. It was sticky chicken.
That's not sushi.
It was sticky chicken in the rice thing with the green thing around it. It was sushi. It was sushi.
Chicken sushi?
I bought it in a
Sushi's fish?
sushi restaurant. No, not
Is
all
sushi
sushi's
not
fish.
cold
I had
fish?
beef sushi.
That sounds like you're on an
sushi.
activist trail. Not all sushi's fish.
No,
alright?
yeah.
Yeah, you're like the guy in Forrest Gump. I had beef sushi, I had chicken sushi.
Yeah. I had beef and chicken sushi. They're all different types.
Can I
of
say
sushi.
something?
What?
Rate the top 3 meats.
Oh,
Let's settle it.
steak, number 1.
I don't think
Beef.
so. I
I
think
don't
it's
think
overrated.
so. Yep. I think it's a good
Overrated.
novelty.
Nah.
So do you say you're going steak and beef 1 and 2?
It was the same thing.
You're an RMB. Red meat boy.
Yeah, I'm a big red. Look at me.
Yeah.
I think chicken's the probably top one. What?
Hey,
I'm going
I
fish.
have never seen Dan so emotional as this.
Are you raging? I said
episode.
chicken was number one.
That doesn't taste of anything.
All right,
Fish,
then.
chicken, turkey.
I'll go for bacon, number one.
Turkey's underrated.
Ah, see, that's such a basic bitch.
Am I not allowed anything?
Nope. No.
Bacon number
Bacon
1.
and chicken, and then do you know what? I'm going to fucking bacon again for the third.
Well,
There you
bacon
go.
sushi for number 3.
I'm having a chicken sandwich with bacon.
Do you know been eating cooked chicken sushi?
Yeah,
I would go steak, mince, like beef mince,
that's disgusting.
and beef sausages.
Oh,
Beef sausages.
Steak sausages, yeah.
There's a Chinese
meant
near me.
steak
Does
salad.
That's
that?
the most
It's weird.
Brexit thing you've ever said.
Yeah.
Fucking proper British
So Protestant.
sausages.
Beef, even though I say beef sausages.
So
I don't like pork sausages.
I used to, and
Rotten.
now I don't like
See
it.
the
I'm
big
saying-
Frankfurters now?
I know, despite what you hear, I haven't eaten sausage in a long time.
Yeah,
Like-
long time.
Do you know those ones you can get in the tin? They're in the brine, the wee sausages.
Oh no! But you know what I loved as a
I,
kid?
there was a guy in my street used to get them, right? That's just fucking gross. Take them out.
Yeah.
And he would like suck the brine off them and throw the sausage. Why, he just wanted the brine.
I think he was trying to tell you something.
He's got an iron deficiency.
Try to tell us it. Yeah.
I used to love as a kid Heinz beans with the wee sausages in them
Thinking.
because you couldn't always see the sausage, and then
Oh, you like a mystery sausage?
like-
I like a hidden sausage.
Yeah.
Much as the next man. I loved I think there's something fun about food that's in a tin.
Like
Do you
for
know
a
what I mean?
cocktail.
Fruit cocktail,
dessert.
certain sponge cakes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We talked about those Heinz sponge cakes before.
They were fucking great.
Food in a tin reminds you of the 90s and the end of the world.
Yeah.
Do you know what
Like
I mean?
in a bunker.
In a bunker.
I feel like Sean would have a bunker.
Sean has he does stock up for eventualities.
We definitely.
But he doesn't have the bunker.
Sorry, what?
He doesn't have a bunker, but he
Which
has
is
he
redundant.
has a room that he rotates into different uses.
Yeah. Last we heard, it was a 90s room.
Yeah, it's been a 90s room. It was like various studios. He also like makes them into like it was a cinema at one point, and then it's like a serene room where it's like I'll go there and relax. Like he's trying to get away from us all.
Right.
all of the time.
Yeah, he's moving the location gradually. He's like, oh, it's like a separate building.
Yeah.
So it's like a shed and then it's a house down the street.
Got it. Is he going to be if nuclear war kicks off? And he's got it as the cinema room.
Yeah.
It's like, safe as it had been last week. I was ready.
Yeah. He was I know.
But now I've just to watch Ratatouille as the end comes.
Do you know what I always think about the
Worst
end of
ways
the
to go.
world?
Worst
Like
ways
I
to go.
always think, like if you were dead far away from your house, like say you were like 200 miles away from your house, you were at a gig or something, and say 100 miles away, and you're there, and then everything stops working, your car stops working, and you know you're just like there, and you have to get to your house. Would you bother?
Yeah.
No.
Do you know what I mean? But you're supposed to stay put in an emergency.
Oh,
But then do you know what I
I'd
mean?
like to think I'd crack a wee beer.
Everyone's in an emergency.
there's a difference, right? You're saying you don't know what's the end of the world.
No, I think you know. There was a
So
sign.
you get a wee
How does
message.
Save a Life started playing?
I'm going.
You get
I'm
a wee
going.
message that goes
walking home?
nuclear strike
get there.
imminent. I think I'd find a hill, crack a wee beer,
I say who this?
and quip to myself.
New number, who this?
Yeah.
Text would be such a disrespectful way to find it out, though.
That is how they tell you.
Or WhatsApp.
Hold on. Who tells you what?
The government will mass text everybody to all available
If
numbers
it's the end of the
text?
world.
that a nuclear strike's imminent. Because it happened
Protestants
in
will be happy with mass
Hawaii.
text.
It happened in Hawaii because the system fucked up and sent everybody nuclear strike in like 5 minutes, and they all thought they were gonna die. Because Jim Carrey was on the island and he was like, "You couldn't get anywhere. You just
5
had to
minutes
sit
isn't
there."
enough time to give me
So-
20-minute heads up. Or would you want
You're not
long?
getting. Russia's not gonna be like sending you a nuclear bomb.
When is
Thursday,
good to-
make sure you're in.
when suits? Yeah. Would you want to know
What you at? Missile
1
emoji.
minute away
missile
or an
emoji.
hour away?
Never. I don't want to know.
You gotta pick. Would you rather than the world's going to end in 1 hour? Or
1 minute.
No, I want to be.
No, an hour in case you're not away, in case you're away from your kids, so you can get back.
I'd want to tidy the house. Like.
I'd like a minute just so I'm on YouTube reading someone call me a fat unfunny cunt, and then I see the missile coming. I'm like, oh, good. Because I know
You jump towards
I
it.
know it'll get them too, and that's a price to pay.
Yeah.
I would be, by luck, 1 hour and 1 minute away from my house, and then as it's about to hit, I'd be like just coming in the street, and I'd have wasted my last hour driving
What would your
home.
last words be? Right, say you're by yourself, you're not with anyone, only you get to hear
If the
them.
thing came down,
Let's all
if
do this.
the missile was coming down, oh fuck, what would I say?
I'd like to think I'm in a movie and just say something like, ha, go figure.
Yeah, like Buffy.
Yeah.
Like some cheesy thing like Buffy.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I would go, oh, could have done 3 rounds.
Yeah.
I'd say
That's well said.
I'd just do like a big ShaneDogComedy.com. You know, just
Yeah.
in case
Yeah,
someone
yeah.
did book.
It's caught in the wind.
Yeah.
Your last. Okay,
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
people
yeah.
around you. What are your last words? Say it's us three. We're for whatever reason the people in this.
Do you know
room-
what? You gotta go out and laugh, and you know what's really making my kids laugh at the minute when I do. You know that old viral Australian video of a succulent Chinese meal. That would be
very
my
good.
last words. Get a laugh from everyone.
Yeah, that's
Get
very
laugh.
good. What about you?
I think only they would laugh. Oh well, I laughed there now,
Yeah,
but now I know.
Do you know, I don't think I'd say anything. I'd just start putting sun cream on for a wee
that'd
giggle.
be funny. Oh, and sunglasses.
Yeah.
Imagine we were going out, we're just roasting each other. That
Yeah,
would be,
yeah,
you're
yeah,
about
yeah,
to die,
yeah,
and I'm sitting
yeah.
there going, I get both your eyes on that, Todd. Way you go, fuck
If it was coming down, I would go.
I go, you don't have cerebral palsy. And
yeah. I'll just have, if I survive, I'll have 8 limbs and they all have cerebral palsy.
I would do a wee nod to theatre and be like, "It's behind
yeah,
you."
yeah. One final
Yeah.
bar.
Final curtain call.
I'd hate it though. Like you'd pretend you were sweet with it, but you'd be like,
What about this missile?
it is what it is. But you'd be like gutted that it was
Yeah,
coming down.
but you can't let anybody know.
I feel we'd want to end on a song
it'll be a
and then
downer.
argue over what the song's going to
Yeah,
be.
yeah.
I'm trying to do like my way, and you're like, no, but that's boring.
Just
you
back
need
me
to,
up, back me up.
Yeah.
On it. Yeah. I feel like, do you know how I'd die? Picking a song, but I'd be browsing.
Yeah, too long.
Yep.
Yeah.
I take too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, go, hold on. It's
Yeah,
gonna be.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
good. I've got a good one.
You're about to die, and you're just fucking YouTube ads like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Raid Shadow Legends. Oh, for
It's
fuck's sake.
you die and it's Stephen Bartlett trying to flog Huel.
Yeah.
It's the last thing you see.
Know who I wouldn't like to be with at the end of the world, and nothing against them. I just think you'd be consoling them too much, Kieran.
Oh, Kieran's head would be.
Oh.
If a missile
like,
is on its way down, he would be
Yeah.
a nightmare.
Yeah, and no, your Sting's gonna be in heaven. No, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. Yeah. Okay, Kev rang me, said he's sweet. It's all right, it's all right.
Will I have my possessions in heaven?
Yeah. I asked God. They said there's a wee room for me, you and Chloe. Come on, it's all right. Yeah.
He'd be so worried if that missile was going to drop on his head.
He would. He'd be. Oh, bless him. He'd be inconsolable.
There'd have to be something where you're like, you'd have to find, like me crying on the way here, listening to Luke Holmes.
Yeah.
You'd have to find it funny a bit and be like, oh, for fuck's sake, we're all going. Like,
Oh, if we were all going, would you be bothered if we were all going? If everyone's going, because I think the thing that you'd be raging about dying is that everyone else gets to live. You know what I mean? But if
Or the other way
everybody's going, I think you'd be
around,
like,
yeah.
fair game.
Yeah.
Well, it's sweet. Like, surely if it's coming down and you've got like a faith that believes in like a heaven,
That's the best thing.
you're fucking. You're
sweet.
making a couple. You're like, oh fuck.
It
I'll
depends.
think
If
about that.
GTA 6 is coming out like 2 weeks out, like
But if there's a
But it's
heaven,
not.
hey, if there's a
Oh,
heaven,
come out in
there's
heaven.
GTA 10. If there's a heaven,
I don't know, but I'm saying
all
like
the
I'm waiting for
GTAs you
GTA
get
6, and it's like I've got it pre-ordered, and then the fucking bomb drops. I'm like, for fuck's
but that'll
sake,
carry
lads.
over into heaven. If there's a heaven, it's the best thing ever. It's what you want.
I don't know if the purchase will transfer into heaven. Like I don't know if I'll
will.
go to download it, and they'll be like, no, you bought that.
Do you know
on
what it
Earth.
is?
They've got super
Automatic
fast
downloads.
broadband. Super fast broadband.
Super fast, super fast broadband.
Yeah.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
heaven,
yeah.
whatever you want.
Oh fuck! I think I'd be annoyed if social media was in heaven.
But it's on your terms.
It would piss me off.
It's your heaven. You do you.
Yeah,
Delete
yeah.
the apps.
It's more like a Bebo. It's like a stripped back kind of one.
So is heaven personalized? I thought it was just.
One
it
size
is.
fits all.
It's your heaven. It's
Is it?
yeah. You've got separate.
I don't think that's what it says in the Bible.
One person's heavens, another person's hells.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh damn, that was so fucking.
So
deep,
it's
I'm
not
gonna cry.
personal. You can't design it. I
No,
think
but
you
that's
go-
not what he means. He means your idea of heaven would not be my idea of heaven, so it is
Definitely.
personal. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
See, I thought it was just generic, and I was afraid heaven was going to be like, like going to a birthday party as a kid, but he's one of those kids their parents don't let them drink fizzy drinks
Yeah.
or have
Yes.
bad food. I'm like, this is shite.
Yeah.
I assume there's like a level where everybody can meet and then
Mingle.
go back.
There's
go
a
back.
mezzanine.
There's a
There's a
foyer.
mezzanine.
Yeah,
Then you
yeah,
can go
yeah,
back
yeah.
to your
That's what I see it as. If like, it's not what I'm like. I don't believe in it, but I think if it is, it's like a really nice hotel foyer and seat,
Yeah.
couch area.
Yeah.
So that's a communal bit of it, and there's a buffet on. There's like an all day buffet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Remember those cookies we got? I couldn't eat them, but when we checked into the
I
hotel
had both
in
of them, yeah.
Bristol,
Liverpool.
in Liverpool, they had hot cookies when you check in. They give you a hot cookie.
Yeah.
That
I
to
got
me-
to eat them as the couple next to us. We're having full domestic all night.
And is that not heaven? Is that not heaven?
Nope.
When you're in your room,
Yeah.
there's people having a domestic, and you have a warm cookie.
I think
That
you
was
get
5
to
in the
heaven.
morning, and I'm hearing you fucking cunt for the 8th time.
I think you bank in your chips when you get there, and that's the type of room you'll get. So they'll go through your shit. They'll have
You
a
just have a
clipboard.
standard. You're in there, but it's a standard
There's a
room.
girl at reception, and she's like,
They'll go through your shit?
you did that
Jelly and
charity
cake, that
boxing
would
and
help.
raised money for charity, and you like, oh, but then there was that time you called that girl a fat bitch, so actually we're going to downgrade your room now, and
I've-
then there's that time you did this, and then that depends on the suite you get to stay in.
Well, I've got something interesting. If that is true, here, this would be interesting.
Yeah.
You ever book into like a fancy hotel, a great hotel, 5 stars, but you're in the standard room,
Uh-huh.
and you're like, this is like, I've stayed in better hotels than this that are cheaper. Is it better to be in a standard room in a 5-star hotel, aka heaven, or is the best room is the super deluxe executive suite in hell better than the standard room in heaven? Do you know what I
Just
mean?
imagine
No,
you
you-
in heaven complaining about your room.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Dan
think
would be the one I'd send to do it. Because Dan can...
you
can
want
complain.
moved.
I can't complain. Dan
Satan,
can.
this room's filthy. I would like a new room. I think I'd rather be in the. It depends on where you like to spend your time. I like to spend my time in the room.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So I'll go to hell and
I'm on the
take the nice
mezzanine
room.
quite a bit. If there's pool tables and stuff and all that, like
Yeah.
presumably there's a games room. Like.
Yeah. I'm at the bar. That's where you'd probably find... If there's a bar in heaven. Don't know if God drinks. But that's where you'd
Of
find
course he
me.
does. He turned all that water into wine.
No, his son did that.
Oh, why?
God did. But God
But
is his son.
Same person.
Same, the Father, Son, the Holy Ghost.
I can't keep up with it all. I'm Buddhist. Fuck it. That is what I believe
Just
in.
from there now,
Yeah. No, I believe in reincarnation.
right?
With no...
Is that
Do you?
all? Is that all you
Yeah.
need?
With no evidence, and I won't argue for it. I just like to believe
I think
in it.
it's the coolest idea.
Yeah.
Well, scientifically, energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transferred. So that makes sense.
Yep. Yeah.
Everybody can't. You can't just get rid of things. It becomes something else. Fire becomes heat energy and carbon dioxide. Like if you know what I mean.
I'd like
if you
to-
eat food, the
What
food no
about
longer
wh-
exists, but it becomes calories and energy.
What about Woolworths?
It became HMV.
What?
No, it didn't. I don't know.
I was so with you though.
Became a different shop.
Yeah.
Are they bringing it back?
No. Why would they bring Woolworths
I
back?
heard they're bringing it back.
Yeah.
We don't need it.
It depends. I like reincarnation, but but are you going to be the next thing? Do you
No.
know you're the next thing?
You
Like-
become like a
It's like a-
dandelion.
Yeah, it's like a new life.
But then do you know? But dandelions are living, so do you know you're a
You'd
dandelion?
be fucking ripping if you came back as a dandelion.
You'd still be saying
Yeah.
blow me, huh? Exactly. But do you not know? So you don't know. But then,
You
I
don't
thought
get to pick.
right.
But
That'd be
the
frustrating.
idea is if
knew
you're
you'd been
if you're a
human.
good person, you come back as a a good animal like a bear.
But you don't know you're that bear.
No, but still, it's better than being like a dung beetle.
No, it's no good to you.
No, it's no good to you, no.
What
No,
you
but
become.
still better than being like a dung beetle.
What's a dung beetle? Just a beetle?
The
Beetle that rolls shit.
Rolls and shit.
Yeah, literally just rolls shit all day.
But that's, remember years ago, like a long time ago, they used to say that if you were somebody who was disabled, that you must have been a bad person in a previous life. And
Glenn
that's-
Hoddle, the England manager.
Make less eye contact with me during that.
The
Fucking
you used to be Hitler.
stirred into my soul.
Yeah.
The England.
I don't think
remember
I'd
this?
be Hitler. I think I'm someone who did something
Remember you
kind of
punctured
wrong.
the Titanic and made it go down? Do you remember that?
Yeah,
Do you remember Glenn Hoddle? In the
I might
England
be
team?
that guy that cheated on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Yeah.
Major Charles Ingram.
Yeah, what were you saying about Glenn Hoddle? I know what you're about.
So he was the England manager. Was this before Euro '96 or the '98 World Cup?
This was mental.
So he was the England manager, and he went to see. He brought like a psychic in to work with the team.
Yeah.
Ellen, someone or something. Her name was famous, because of this. And then just before the World Cup, I think it was just before, during or something.
Faith healer, I think she was.
I think she was a faith
It's
healer.
fucking mental.
So Glenn Hoddle, English football legend, one of the best English footballers of his generation, just like doing like a regular press conference, not like on a podcast or anything. It's '98.
Yeah.
He's got like all the sponsor board behind him, and normally managers are sitting there being like, "Yeah, we're looking forward to the game. We've analysed them. We'll have to analyse ourselves, and we'll keep it tight with a few injuries, but nothing to worry about." Glenn Hoddle comes out and goes, "Yeah, I mean, I think it's fair to say if you are disabled, I do believe that you've probably done something bad in a previous life." And then presumably
people are like-
after that, they were just like, "Yeah, and what about like?"
Yeah.
How you feeling about the set pieces? All I'm saying is I've no sympathy for the blind. Because they did something.
Me.
And then he's
And
just
that's how
back.
a guy in a wheelchair get out, please.
Then
you're
he's
a
just
bad
back
person.
into football cliches. Game of two halves, and we'll have to just keep it tight, and
Yeah,
take our
yeah,
chances
yeah.
when they come to us.
Yeah.
But it was mad. He lost his job ultimately because of it.
Yeah, because he.
You'd
No
think,
one asked
though,
him either.
In the 90s, you'd think people got away with saying stuff like that. So it's surprising that he lost his job.
Oh,
But it was, if you were like a comedian or a TV show, you could do something like that. Like he did it when no one asked him. No
Yeah,
one
yeah,
went,
yeah.
Glenn, what's your feelings on the disabled in the past life? He just randomly said it.
He went down there that day going, I need to tell people how I feel about
Yeah,
this.
yeah, and
Nuts.
brought his faith healer. Like, that's weird.
nuts.
Imagine playing for a team and your manager's like, lads, I've got someone to fix the chakras of the team.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Chakra Hislop.
Hey?
That's what happened.
Just
yeah.
allowing the 7 people that appreciate that to appreciate it.
That's what happened to Ray Parler. He had to go. He was told he had to go and see her, and so she put her hands on his head, and he goes, "I'll take a short back and sides, please."
That's fucking so
And
funny.
then he got dropped.
And then Hoddle never picked him again.
That's fucking hilarious. Right, but that's outstanding banter.
Yeah.
And then Glenn Hoddle was like, oh, you're going to disrespect my faith healer?
Is,
yes, Glenn?
Is people appreciating his
so
one-liner better than going to the World Cup?
Yeah.
I think so as well.
I think that's
Yeah,
that's a
that's his contribution.
belter. of a
Unless they'd
one-liner.
won the World Cup,
Yeah.
but he'll always have that like quip.
I think they had quite a shit World Cup that year, didn't
No,
they?
No, they
96?
did all right.
it was World
98,
Cup
World Cup
98.
98.
98.
Yeah, they did all right.
Where was that?
Remember
France?
it well.
Michael won one.
Yeah. Got to the semis, Argentina. It was quarters.
Oh, they get the semis?
Beat on penalties. Bambi
Yeah.
and Ince.
Yeah.
Ah,
Oh, wow.
It was a
I
Beckham
was
sent
one.
off.
There's a lot
Do
of
you
information.
appreciate football like?
No.
But do you appreciate even
No.
a World Cup or
No.
anything?
No. Oh, obviously. I think footballers are massively overpaid, but I also think
I
it's...
don't.
I
I
do.
don't.
I do.
They work in that business.
The industry
I
generates
know,
that amount of-
I know it does.
Yeah.
But
Why don't nurses make it? Because nurses aren't sponsored by Adidas.
I
I'm
know,
sorry.
it's true,
I
but we should
appreciate your
sponsor them by
jobs.
Adidas.
Nurses aren't hitting Rabonas from 30 yards out. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I don't understand is when people watch it
saving
and they get
lives.
so invested.
Saving human lives, yes.
Yeah, but your corners are shit.
It's when grown men get so invested. I think I've ruined football for Sean because I'd be like, these guys are half your age and they're like, and you're like shouting at them and all, and I just think that's mad.
It is funny that, like, I do think they're paid fairly because of what they're in, like, how
Yeah.
popular
Yeah,
their
they
industry is.
generate the money, whatever, yeah.
But of course, when you break it down,
Yeah.
you're like, this is a 50-year-old lady here
Yeah.
who safely, as much as possible, brings babies into the world.
Yeah.
And she's paid, like, they have to picket for, like, and protest
Yeah.
for, like, an extra,
You get like a piss break.
couple of quid.
Yeah.
And then there's a guy who's just, like, good at moving a leather ball. Not leather now. What would it be now? Leather ball? He's good at moving that with his foot in a certain way.
Yeah.
And they're like, 500 million pounds.
But
I know.
here's the thing, they were both aware of the wage going in. The nurse wasn't under the impression she was signing for the Ulster for 30 million a year.
Yeah.
No, will I need a nurse when my lungs inevitably collapse from vaping non-stop? Yes.
yeah.
I love that you think that was her choice in life. Like, play for United.
Yeah.
The Ulster.
And that's what I'm saying. They both knew what they're getting paid there.
That
No,
is
should
right.
nurses get paid more than they do? Yes.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's unfair. But see, when you realize like how much football generates,
Yeah.
it's fair because they're doing the work for that.
It's more about when people watch football, how it takes over their world and how much then they're like screaming at these 19-year-old French boys.
Yeah,
and you're
I've
like,
got like way better like. I kind of watch football differently now. Like I'm not as into football. I'm into it as a game more, but I'm not into teams as
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
My team can lose and it doesn't ruin my day at all. Like,
But I definitely still get an uncontrollable like at some like there was
Yeah.
a meaningless Euro group game on, and in the last minute there was Hungary scored that last minute goal, and I was like the emotion of it did like
Albania and Turkey, the fucking prime ministers could be at my back door. I wouldn't go out to them.
Yeah.
But the game, I was losing my mind over. Was it Turkey scored in it?
I just have a visual now
Last
of Rishi Sunak at your back door.
yeah.
It's mad how you think he's the prime minister of Albania and Turkey.
Has you know?
You fucking racist.
And I'm assuming he's bumming you as well.
I'm like, oh, you have an election campaign? He's like, I'll make time.
Do you have anything to plug and promote, Willy T, for sure?
Waterfront, come see me. Tickets finally shifting for that, so come see me there. I'm on tour and I'm at the Edinburgh Fringe.
Is your website up and running, mister?
It's getting close. We're getting close. Things have to be built. Rome wasn't built in a day.
But a website should be.
I am currently building one as well.
Yeah.
Probably need a
What's yours
fucking
going to
web.
be called? Or what's going to be the address of it?
Can't tell you that yet in case it's wrong.
Right.
But probably
Yours
do
is
it
going
during
to
the
be
comedy.
thompsoncomedy.com.
Yeah, mine will be up and running by the end of the month. So like in a couple of days.
So by the time this goes out.
Diona?
Yeah.
I'm still on tour as well. Got Milf is going to Armagh, Newcastle,
That's a great name.
Yep.
Portugal Vards and Newton Abbey, I think. Do you know what? The amount of press I've had to do for it, and they go, will not say the name of your show, we'll just say like you're on tour. And I was like, well, we need to say the name of it because there's other shows
I
on.
think I'll run into problems with my show next year.
Yeah.
Big time.
What's
Oh.
it called?
Suck my dick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my show next year, like they're not gonna my show the disabled committed crimes in a past life.
Yeah.
But the I on mine is a exclamation
It's an
mark.
actual dick.
No,
Oh, it's
exclamation
an
mark.
It's
exclamation mark.
an actual that's your actual
yeah.
dick in the middle of
That's
it.
what the problem is.
Like Bruno.
ShaneDougComedy.com for my dates. Our banger one, as I mentioned earlier, start of this episode, sold out. We've had a Waterfront Hall show on the Saturday, which is the night after the
30th.
original. 30th. Link for all that will be in the description. Thank you very much to Diona, to William, and can we just take a moment of reflection for the Comedians Box and think about what we had and look forward to the future.
Fucking so sick of hearing about it.
Well, that's the end of it.
Shut up.
Let's get ready for tea with me.